So it is pretty windy here. I hope the audio comes over okay, but yeah, I've decided to make a visit here at Earthroamer, and it's Sunday, they're closed, and I'm not really, this is not anything I can buy. Like this one here behind me, this one is like 800,000 if I'm not mistaken. I've seen it on their website. So absolutely out of my budget. It's good to see the size of these vehicles and really get a reality check. I think the one that I just showed you, so that would be really the maximum size for an expedition vehicle in my opinion. So everything else is just too big. I mean, even with the weight here, you're looking at 15, 16, 17,000 pounds of weight. Put that on a normal trail, and yeah, that could easily cause some issues. But if I would be in the market for an Earthroamer, this would be the size probably. Everything else really just is too limiting in regards to the trails. I mentioned this before. It's like my wheelbase is already very long on my truck, so not something I would explore unless I win the lottery, which requires that I buy a lottery ticket. When I arrived at Earthroamer, I just didn't know what to expect, and I was surprised to see that many vehicles in their parking lot. I think I counted over 40 in the end. Here's one of the biggest one. It's based on a Chevy 6500 model. This thing is just ginormous. But yeah, if you're not familiar with Earthroamer, Earthroamer is really a well-known brand in the world of expedition vehicles. So they make luxury overland vehicles, and well, they're not cheap, and they have all kind of luxuries. They're designed for off-grid, really. They come with a ton of water, electrical power, solar batteries, and so on. It's really where luxury meets off-road capability. These Earthroamer vehicles are based mostly on the Ford F550 platform. The Earthroamer cab, the shell, and all the interiors, of course, are hand-built in Colorado, just a little bit north of Denver. I mentioned before, these vehicles are designed for off-grid living, so they're self-sufficient, and yeah, you can go for weeks depending on your water consumption. I think water is really the most limiting factor because you can bring a ton of food. There is a nice size refrigerator and freezer inside, so you can bring a ton of food, but water is your limiting factor. I mean, you can take something like an H2O guzzle water filter with you, and if you are next to a stream or lake, you can refill your water. But in general, water is your limiting factor, and Earthroamer, I think they have usually like 90 or 120 gallons of fresh water on board, so very impressive. All the interiors are custom designed. I mean, of course, they're based on a certain standard configuration, and then you customize from there. You need a starting point, of course. So, and yeah, based on video tours that I've seen, I was not able to get into any of the vehicles here when I was on site, but these are really well equipped, and they use the highest type of materials. You have granite countertops in there. Some of the Earthroamers even have a washer-dryer combo in there, and so on. So it's really luxury when you go off the grid, when you go off-road. And these vehicles usually come on at least 41-inch tires. And yeah, the ground clearance is great. But of course, these vehicles are really heavy too. So you're looking at 15,000, 16,000 pounds of weight, if not more. The vehicle wheelbase is usually around, I think, 196 inches or more. So that makes it difficult to go onto certain off-road trails. But for a lot of expedition vehicles, it's not about to go to the most difficult trails. It's to go to places where you have really Mother Nature around you, where you have great views and you can camp outside away from people. And I think that's what these vehicles can do. I've been to places where Earthroamers can easily go. Other trails I've been to, it's like very narrow. I'm not sure if these large vehicles could go there. And then I would also question with the weight, will the trails be destroyed? So there's definitely a limitation when you have something like this out on the trail. The one I'm looking here right now, the Earthroamer LTI, I think that's was advertised on their website as a used vehicle for around $800,000. That's probably the size, I would say, that makes the most sense. Everything else bigger than that, in my opinion, is more like a glorified RV, like a Class A RV. I mean, of course, these are expedition vehicles. A Class A RV you cannot compare, but from a luxury perspective, that's very similar. And I mean, Class A RVs are even bigger, but they also don't go where Earthroamers want to go. So here you can see there's a lot of vehicles parked here on the side of this industrial park. So let's go over to the other side of this building complex and take a look at the other vehicles over there. The red one looks really nice, actually. Seeing this color, I saw it on pictures on their Instagram. Man, the red looks really nice. And it's that Raptor Guard or whatever the special paint is. So I'm very scratch resistant. That one looks really nice. This one definitely has seen some usage. Just look at all the bugs up here. There is some cleaning required. Holy cow, this thing has definitely seen some highway traffic here not too long ago. So here you see a couple of the Earthroamer SX model. They're based on the Chevy Silverado 6500 HD chassis. It's known for its durability and really to handle rough terrain, so there's a lot of power. It's a 6.6 liter Duramax diesel engine in those trucks, and there should be plenty of power for highway cruising and off-road, where you also need a lot of torque when you go into the more difficult areas and, let's say, steeper trails, stuff like this. There's another one up front here. So I don't know, I'm personally a Ford guy, I'm not a Chevy guy. For me, really, I would select the Ford platform whenever I can, which I did for my own Ross Monster Baja model, but I assume there is enough desire to get a Chevy model here, or Ford just doesn't have the 6500, 650 in comparison to the Silverado. But yeah, let's move on. Here's more vehicles, again, different model years and with different sizes of the actual cab or shell, I want to say. And it's very interesting how Earthroamers have progressed over the years and, yeah, of course, have grown like with most vehicles over the years. Vehicles have gotten bigger and wider, longer, and that has happened at Earthroamer too. But yeah, I was really, I was geeking out, walking through the parking lot, seeing all those vehicles, and just dreaming a little bit of taking one of those for a trip one day and exploring a different area in a different vehicle and see how that feels. So, but again, for me, this is out of my price range, and I'm happy with what I have on order. But yeah, I like to geek out about these type of things and check them out. So definitely an experience. If you are in Denver or just north of Denver, I highly recommend you check out the Earthroamer parking lot, maybe on a weekend. So I don't know how this during the week. Maybe you can even get a tour of a vehicle inside, but this did not happen for me in this case, and I was perfectly okay with that. Not your typical Earthroamer. I guess it's more a support vehicle that they built. Maybe it's not even an Earthroamer, but definitely one of their vehicles. So pretty cool to see that, maybe from the early days. And more vehicles here in the rear. All right, well, that shall be it for my brief visit at Earthroamer. I know it's Sunday again. I cannot tour any of these vehicles, which is fine. But I figured it's just nice to see them in person and really how large they are. Yeah, these are massive vehicles. So nothing I can afford. I'm happy I can afford a Ross Monster. So again, I'm here in northern Colorado to drop off my truck tomorrow. And then in 6-8 weeks, I'm hoping to get it back. So it's standing behind me here. So this will look very different in a few weeks. So anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so as well. And then I would say I'll see you next time in my next video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.